Welcome all to this first match of the 2020 World Cup between the Netherlands and Poland. The Poland A team, bringing a very strong team, runners-up last year. Should be a good match. Hopefully the Dutch very much the underdogs here, but hopefully that won't deter them from putting up a great fight. Just wait on one more to get in. Before the game can start. Is this year Poland's year? That is the question on everyone's lips. Thank you, Tech Chief, for the follow. Much appreciated. And also to Visuals X, and Gaming with Morris as well. Demonic, I'm glad you love the British accent. Mine's not very British. Thank you for the follow, Demonic. And Purpose is now in as well. And it's going to be Endor to begin with. I think this is Poland's host. They are requesting Rebels. T. Darwold, thank you for the thank you for the follow as well. Trying to keep on top of the follows before the game kicks off. Dubby following as well. He did follow 7 days ago, according to the feed, but on a different account. So on the Netherlands side, we have Braminator, Pookie de Base, is Darksea, and he who shall not be named, given the pronunciation. Personally, I'd say Zevicha, or something akin to that, but I'll probably just call him Zev, just for ease, and hopefully he won't get offended. On the Polish side, of course, Janik, Purpose, Avci, and Kulawe. And here we go. It's not actually Endor. It is the Rebel Depot. Here we are, the Millennium Falcon looking majestic as ever. And I think they are switching, so
confiscate that stolen property from the rebels and return it to our base.
The rebels are the Dutch, and the Polish are the Empire. And Avci is taking the top of the ship at the moment, and they've actually traded. Bram's gone down. Bram's taken out Kulawe, but now Poland asserting dominance on top of the ship. And Bram and Pookie are pretty low. Kulawe's pushing up into the base of the Dutch. Zev is low. Kulawe's going to push it. He's actually going to go down. And as is Avsi here. So, I'm going to have to play a bit more defensive. They are getting preferable spawns though, as now the Polish take back mid. So 4 Dutch players in base at the moment. Chanek pushing in with Purpose. Chanek overextends a bit, and Purpose goes down as well. Even Chanek's not going to win that 4v1. Slightly tentative play here, as Avsi gets a pick on Bram, and Pookie's being pressured, so he's not going to be able to get the partner spawn, as he really waits it out. Avsi's going to have to push him if he wants the pick. He does actually get the partner spawn, but not before Pookie's taken out, and now Bram as well is down. Chanek pushing in, the Imploder goes in. It's a 2v2 in base, and the trades are going the way of the Polish. And now, ooh, a beautiful cycler shot to take out before the first cap. No. Go. Apologies for that. Some slight interruptions. Braminator taking out Evsy, but now Chanek and Purpose looking for an entry. These two appear to be the aggressors for the Polish. And big jumping shot, and they're actually going to trade. Pookie and Purpose. Purpose getting the spawn though. Now there's 3 Polish players pushed up. Meanwhile, back in the Polish base, it's a 2v1 for Kulawe, and he loses it here, unsurprisingly. And now the Dutch have the first cargo pickup, but so do the Polish. Bram's looking outside, but that's not where they are, and he actually gets completely beamed by Purpose. He should get the partner spawn though. And actually, it's going to be coming around the back, and the Dutch are going to have to cut this off. Otherwise, it's going to be returned. And Braminator is moving in. And Chanek just about taken down, and he does get the return. Braminator's work is done. A little 1v1 with Purpose. Purpose wins it. The EE3 fight is better. And in the midst of that, the Polish also managed to return their own cargo. So it's all square. Avsi taking control of the ship. Can he get a pick? He does, with the smart rocket as well. But he himself falls to Howdy, and Howdy gives... Not Howdy, I apologise. Braminator. It's because he's got Howdy in his name.
Cargo picked up.
He gives the partner spawn to Pookie. And now the Dutch have the cargo, but he's not going to get to leave base. And now the Polish are going to be coming in for another onslaught. But all the Dutch are up in base. Poland really controlling mid right now. And we're getting a good old classic nade spam at the choke battle between the two teams here. As the Polish push in, Kulawe's got the smart rocket, but he doesn't manage to find anything with it. And a strong hold from the Dutch. They're putting up a good fight. Bram taking out Chanek. And perhaps some people were thinking that the Dutch would get rolled here, but they've shown that they're no pushovers. They've been scrimming hard, I know that. Netherlands now with the control of the ship. Avsi's very low and does actually go down. Purpose takes out his Darky. And now, the Imperials have got the cargo, which is the Polish side. Pokey is in the base, trying to give a spawn. He takes one out. Kolawe's left, but he gets him with the ion nade. And now, running it down the side, Chanik's covering mid. And Purpose can hopefully get this in here. Kolawe and Avsi really holding the choke here. And the cargo's going to get delivered. Purpose with the first cap for this Polish side. A good start. And the fighting continues on as trades go in. Chanik getting 2 kills there. Let me update the score. Don't you just love this production value? So the Dutch now with the cargo. Braminator very low HP. Pokey opting, I don't know if he meant to go on the turret. He's having to run outside now though. He's got a chase on his hands. Bram covering his back. Kolawe's giving chase outside. Purpose is there to meet them. And is he going to get the kill? No. Bram takes him down. And now Avsi does take out Bram. He misses the cyclist shot though. Bram gets another partner spawn. There's great partner spawns, but he got the smart rocket. Kolawe gets the partner spawn, but now he's just fighting. Meanwhile, Pokey's ran the cargo all the way back to base. And I believe that is 5-all. A great cap from the Dutch. Really working the partner spawns really well. Some great teamwork going in. And we're back at 5-5. So we've got an interesting match on our hands. Both these teams very capable of capping, very capable of fragging. And I bet some of you weren't expecting to see that. And now as Zev takes out Avsi and Purpose as well, going down. Is this Polish squad weaker than last year? Question marks rising now. Avsi takes down Bram. Pokey in a hard spot, trying to give him the spawn. Zev taken out in base. We got a 1v1 here between Darksea and Chanik. Chanik gets it. And now Poland taking the cargo, forcing Zev and Darksea to push out of the choke. And they do have mid control of sorts. Bram very low. They're being surrounded by both sides, but there's nothing Bram can really do with just a sliver of HP, especially with a thermal imploder behind you. Purpose is going to run it home.
Cargo box is in our possession and
We're back to 6-4. Good game on our hands here. 2 and throw. Hopefully more of these to come. Just trading at the moment. Pokey trying to lay down the fire. We've got some SE-14C users in the lobby. Not all E3.
The enemy has returned their cargo box.
And now, with the imploder, Chanik and Purpose are pushing again. Chanik with the jump pack. They do get the partner spawn, which is pretty big, but Zev is melted, and so is his Darky. And they get control room side spawn, but Pokey's taken over the ship. So they're caught in a bit of a rock and a hard place. They got nowhere to go. He's used a shield. But Pokey taken out as Kolawe and Avsi push out of base, and Zev and Darky caught on the side. And the Polish now, Chanik, running it back to make it 7-3 for the first time in this series. Getting flashed. Good use of the flash nade from the Netherlands. Always interesting to see. So just looking at the scoreboard, Poland have definitely been out-fragging the Dutch, but not by a considerable margin. And now, a bit of game of cat and mouse going on here, and here it goes. SE-14C versus E3. Zev taking out Chanik, despite going low earlier. But Chanik getting the partner spawn almost immediately. But there's now 3 Dutch in the base versus 2. And eventually, despite trading, that is preferable for the Dutch. They do need to get the cargo, and they do need to even up this series. A lot of little fights going on everywhere here. Someone's set an infantry turret up. I think that's a Polish infantry turret. Now, Poland can afford to play a bit slow here, and they're up in the series, but every cargo does count, and there, Bram is taken down, as is Pookie, by obviously getting both final blows. Chanik is low, and now is Poland actually sending 3 up. I think they know that the 4, all 4 are here, pushed up, and all 4 Dutch are defending in base. It's just a question of trading kills, getting partner spawns, and which team can get the most trades. Pushing it now with a Smart Rocket. Smart Rocket takes down Pokey, and that could be a great opening pick. Chanik following up with a kill on his Darky. But Kulawe falls. Apologies there. And now, Zev is the last one left. He gets the partner spawn. Very defensive play. They got their backs against the wall, figuratively and literally. They managed to clean up Afsi and Kulawe at the same time. So, the attack quenched for now. Chanik pushing from the outside door. Zev is going to 1v1 him and actually lose that. But the partner spawns should be good. And Purpose getting at the partner spawn, and that's pretty big. Big pick if they can push Pookie. And Pookie actually does go down. And now more trades, and as Purpose takes himself out, but it shouldn't matter. As Chanik now grabs the cargo, Bram is going for a cheeky pick of his own on their cargo. And now the Netherlands really do need to control mid and cut off this run. Chanik sort of isolated, as the fight for mid really does determine who is able to run the cargo safely. And the Dutch have done a great job actually of taking over the enemy base here. Your opponent can't cap if you're defending their base. And there's the flash. Is Bram going to follow up? Bram does try, but Purpose gets the partner spawn. So now I think base is clear for Chanik to run it in, as the cargo for the Dutch, they unfortunately lose it, and Poland returns it. So we're up to 8-2 to the Polish squad. They seem to have shaken off that little bit of rust. They seem to have found their groove. Will we? But there's not much time left on the clock, so this series may well end 8-2 unless someone can get a very fast cargo, and that'll be on to map 2. Pushing in with the shield. And Pookie easily getting the kill. They're just throwing bodies into the spawn in desperation to try and get that extra cap. They don't believe the Dutch can cap another cargo, and I don't believe it either. They're all the way in base. 10 seconds is not nearly enough time. So I think that's GG's for this one. 8-2 though, perhaps not quite as big a scoreline for the Polish as some people thought. Is this a strong Dutch squad, or is this a weak Polish squad? We'll have to wait and find out. And there you have it. Avsi top fragging, 34 kills, 17 deaths. Pretty even across the board. Most people pulling their weight. And that is map 1. And now it is the Dutch host now. I'm going to back out of the lobby. In the meantime, thank you for the follows that came in whilst the game was going on. If anything, I'll load in this time. Jordan, Sexy Batman, and Cronus Zen, thank you all for the follows. Much appreciated. I don't want to play with Crusher Sky. I mean, I do want to play with Crusher Sky, but I have a job to do, unfortunately. So I shall update the score. So 8-2 in the first map between Poland and the Netherlands. Of course, we reset to 5-5. As we move on to map 2, I believe this one will be Endor. We shall wait and see. One more stream. Is it official? This is an official stream. Thank you for the compliments on the commentating. Still finding my groove, still finding my style. I might not be as hype as Aiden, but a different style, perhaps a more relaxed approach. We'll find out. We'll find out what I enjoy. We'll find out on the observing. I'm still getting used to observing. Hopefully someone invites me. Please invite me. Oh, there we go. And the spectators is full. It's like a fancy box at a football match where you get given a buffet lunch and people wear suits and no one actually watches football. Except now, we are actually watching. So no changes in the lineup. And I think Rebel side is appears to be Dutch, but you never know. I realise I forgot to change that, so actually that was wrong for the last match. Apologies. Okay, so they are the right way around. Let's have a quick look at what people are running. AVC with he's on the scan pulse. He has been playing defensive, so that makes sense. With double shield and mitigators. Janek with a jump pack ion and a shield, good for running. Jump pack detonator, shield for Kalawi. Meanwhile, on the Dutch side, Darky's running the detonator scan pulse. Cycler and Pookie, oh, in a white stormtrooper skin, so he's might be a bit exposed there. But he's got the, oh, I think he thought he had a back to bomb. The shame. So Bram and Pookie already on the push, as is Kalawi. Kalawi pushing up with Chanik. It appears we're going to get some fighting over here. We'll go and see if the Dutch attack can do anything. Bram very much caught out of place as AVC takes him out. Purpose forcing the retreat. And the respawn does come in. All four Polish players held up in base as Bram goes down once again. and so does Pokey that time. So there's no partner spawn available. Bram's already spawned back at their base, so now Bram's actually running a pulse cannon here. Interesting choice. You can't break shields and you do have to hold angles, but we love the montages. We really do. Pokey taking out Purpose. He's on ship. We'll see if he can get anything done here in a little 1v1 with Kalawi. He's pretty low. Does he know that Kalawi's here? I don't think he did. As Kalawi takes him out savagely. Meanwhile, Zev goes down. Is Darky still in base though? Able to get the respawn. Janik pushing from the right and Purpose pushing from the left. They're going for the old pincer movement. And Janik getting in there with the melee up close and personal. Zev is left as Purpose and Avsi are taken out. He gets the kill, but he's already dead. And I have left the lobby. So that was... hopefully that's not me. And hopefully we get the room back up. Let's see. Did someone crash? I'll try and find out. I don't know if it was me, but I still do have the internet, so not quite sure what time they were on, but it was still 5-5. That I know. Lobby crashed. So we should get this lobby back up and started pretty soon. And hopefully get back on with the game. Janik is suggesting in the general chat to play from the beginning. I think that would be fair. They hadn't really got going, and it was still 5-5. So perhaps the extra 2 minutes is irrelevant. They played like 1 minute. Yeah, it wasn't very long at all they were playing for, so they might as well just run it back all the way from the start and go again. Okay, Marso's back in. It seems like we are ready to go once again. Second time lucky. Obviously saying Jakku, but I don't think it is. Bram, it appears, cowering in his bed in fear of the thunder. So, same sides, same teams, and just erase the last 5 or so minutes from your memory. We're going again. We go again.
We're going to raid the Imperial base. Your objective is to secure the cargo boxes and bring them back.
So, for those wondering, map 1 was an 8-2 victory for the Polish. Some were expecting more from Poland. They took a while to get going. And the pulse cannon shot missing there from Bram. Chanik jump packing over. Now 3-man push as Bram is taken down. But he should get the partner respawn, but I don't know where Pookie is at the moment. And now it's 3-on-2 in base. Zev and Darky, apologies. Purpose pushing in. Zev is low, but Purpose is lower, and Purpose is actually on the outside of the railing. Darky and Purpose, apologies, both going down. And Chanik ends up with the cargo. Meanwhile though, Pokey himself, as Bram comes in aggressively, getting the melees, but he didn't go for the carrier. And now, some interesting plays. The teams switching sides, essentially. The Dutch will be camping the Polish base, and the Polish will be trying to get home. Kolawe, the first casualty in this fight. Bram also going down. And now, Darky as well. And they're going to get the return here. Ooh, a close cycler shot. The Astroworks esports players are well known for their cycler shots back in the day. And now it's time for the Dutch to run the cargo. Can they start this off as they mean to go on? They've got 2 picks. Avsi gonna give the partner spawn to Kolawe.
Our cargo is secured.
And now, cargo returned. We're back to the status quo. And now Chanik is running with the cargo. I'm gonna see now if Zev can get anything done here about this cargo. And the Polish now, 3 of them running it. Chanik's gone all the way around the back, but is the base clear? Pookie coming up for a last-ditch attempt. He's the only one left in base. Darky pushing at the back, but Chanik's got the shield and does take the cargo. Darky going in just for some frags, I think. Trying to do something. So Poland taking the lead, 6-4, as they did in the last map. They've done it a bit quicker this time. 12 minutes to go. So, what can the Dutch do here? It'll be good to see them get one back on the Polish. Silence for a moment before the EE fire comes out. Bram taken out, as is Pokey. So there's a bit of an opening for the Polish now to push. But Bram, I don't know if he saw Chanik there, and Chanik actually took him out. Pokey though getting the trade. Purpose giving Chanik the respawn. And the Dutch are all up in base. Let's see how well they can defend up another Polish onslaught. There's 3 in base, but I think they've done quite well to get rid of both of them fairly well. Pokey and Bram on the left in a 2v2 here. Taken out. Beautiful shot by Zev to finish him off. And what the... And why is there a bot in my chat? Now, in comes the flank. Purpose taken out though by Zev. Zev and Darky really defending well. Poland up 6-4, but they're struggling to get anything done here. The Dutch defense is looking pretty strong at the moment. Oh, and Bram getting a beautiful jump pulse shot. That's going straight in the montage. The kill on from Adsy, probably not going in the montage of Bram's. At Brogley, you need some mods. I do need some mods. I'm afraid though, it will have to wait. Bram now. Ooh. The cycler shot, taking him out. Pokey though, getting the trade. But the Polish have taken the Dutch cargo and are now running it straight down mid. Similarly though, both teams have the opponent's cargo and are stuck. The Dutch stuck in base. Good kill. That was really needed. And the thermal imploder buying enough time for the Polish now pushing in. But the Dutch, they get the cap. It's 7-3. But it's not over yet. Pokey is getting the kills here. And the partner spawn comes in and more kills as well. What a great bit of play. They're all so low. And the desperation shield. He's running for his life. And I think it's going to be brought back to 6-4. What a great bit of play by Pokey to deny. He saved himself. And Bram giving his life for Pokey to... and getting the respawn as well was big here. And now... great play by the Dutch. Or perhaps a choke by the Polish. We shall see. And then Pokey, is he going to get a free kill on purpose here? As Kolawe jumps in to base. They trade. Janik and Purpose pushing around the left.
Have returned their cargo box.
Janik on the flank. They'll know he's there now. He's very low, but he's got the shield. No match for a cycler rifle. And his Darky goes right off the map, and Purpose ended up on the ridge of the shield generator as well, and eventually went down, so... very much in Dutch favour. There's now another Polish push. Kolawe. Bit of fighting going on in the corridors, they trade. Kolawe's waiting outside here. Zev knows someone's around. He forces him away. There's now 3 Polish people on the other side of this door. In comes the ion nade, jumping in there. The jump pack's coming out, proving useful. They trade. Janik gets killed, but gets killed. The imploder's out, forcing Zev to shield. And now he's going to be taken out. And there's 3 in base.
Cargo box has fallen into enemy.
Purpose has it. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Bram has managed to grab the cargo, and they're just running it straight back down. Janik comes in through the window for the desperation. Melee's all around, and the cargo is left alone, unattended to. Darky taking down Kolawe, and I think the Dutch are going to get a cargo here slightly after the Polish do, because the Polish do manage to cap that one. So, brilliant trading actually by the Dutch. Holding off the Polish attack, but whilst forcing 3 to attack. Having the initiative to get on the attack themselves and get in base. And get the cargo and just run. And with 5 minutes left, just checking the scoreboard, and... well, it shows for yourself, Bram has been dying a lot. He's certainly doing a lot of work. And now it's Kulawe's turn to run. But not for very long. 2 picks though. And now another. Zev is all alone, but Pookie and Bram get good spawns. So they'll be able to deal with this. Janik and Kulawe still obnoxiously sitting around here. Zev getting the melee kill on purpose. Kalawe in the firefight with Darky. Kalawe caught between a rock and a hard place. I don't really see any way out for him. He burns a shield actually. But now Zev is the one caught. And him and Darky both go down. Purpose has it. And the old Dutch trick of sending Pookie and Bram out to the enemy cargo whilst they're losing a cargo has come back again. It's Pookie's turn to run. But Pookie jumped on with the melee, manages to find the kill. Bram's there as well. He's got to contest with Chanik. Chanik takes him out. Meanwhile, Purpose is escorting. Bram 1 HP and a dream. More like a nightmare at this point. As now, Purpose gonna return that cargo. It's 7-3 Poland. This has been a good game. There's been a lot of caps. It's been to and fro. It hasn't been one-sided. Both teams have been showing aggression. Both teams have been showing defense when needed. Could I stop that spam? I'm afraid I will try, but it might just mean changing the chat settings. It's Darky taken out by Chanik, and Chanik losing his life to Zev as well. And, okay, so I've banned that account now. Hopefully, the chat won't be spammed. I know I need some mods. I wasn't expecting to get spammed by a bot, I have to admit, but the stream's just popping off too much for what I can handle. I'm sorry I'm so captivating. Anyway, back to the gameplay. 2 minutes 44 left on the clock. How greedy do Poland get? Because every time they've tried to cap a cargo, the Netherlands have been right back there, so it might be worth the Polish playing this very safe now.
Troopers have the cargo box.
Pokey loses the shield and he does go down. The Dutch need to do something. They've kept their map differential not so bad, or their point differential. Bram, I don't know if Avsi realised Bram was in there. He must have done, surely. I don't think Bram realises Avsi's there. There's nothing worse than being bursted in the back. Meanwhile, Purpose still applying pressure to the Dutch base, giving Chanik partner spawns, allowing Chanik to feed. Going aggro once again. Imploder out, but doesn't make it through the doorway. Purpose does find his Darky, and Asti finds Pookie. Oh my goodness, what was that shot? And now, Purpose is running with it. And as usual, there are two Dutch players approaching the enemy base. Poland now controlling mid. They haven't actually picked up. Great little snipe from the pulse cannon there from Bram. He's got very little HP. His Purpose takes him out. And Pookie as well. They decided not to run the cargo, but instead try and stop it, and maybe that was their downfall.
Captured and secured the cargo.
As now we're at 8-2. Same score as the first map, and not much time for it to change. Only 44 seconds. One more push, perhaps, for the Dutch. Pookie and Bram. Bram here, approaching base. What can he do? There's 3 in there. Can he take the 1v3? Unfortunately not. And now, I think they know it's all over. As the smart rocket comes out from Sev, just to tell Kulawi to get back to spawn. Bram takes out Avsi, and the game is over. 8-2 in both maps. Bram going 23 in 29. Purpose 28 and 16, and you can see how Purpose and Chanik were playing together. Chanik was very much the the aggressor, pushing in, dying, and getting free respawns from Purpose. So the Polish looking good, but perhaps they were expecting more. Perhaps the Dutch put up more of a fight than they thought. The Dutch could be a dark horse in Group B. But we shall find out. Perhaps the Polish are a little bit rusty. So we'll see if they can get back into it. That's all for this match. Not sure if there's another one going down after. Not as far as I'm aware. Thank you all for tuning in, bearing with me as I still get used to getting used to observing, still getting used to commentating as well at the same time, and trying to update the graphics. So hopefully you all saw what you hoped to see, and hopefully you come back. Hopefully you won't be too disappointed when I'm streaming instead of Aiden other times. But yeah, that is probably all for now. And yeah, I'm not sure, because yesterday I ended my stream and then ended up streaming again like 3 minutes after I turned it off, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. Alright, so that will indeed do it for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you do come back anytime I'm just streaming, anytime I'm casting. And good luck to everyone competing, and to those not competing, just sit back and enjoy the show and watch it all kick off. Thanks all. Take care.